I grew up in church ever since I was a little kid. My mom and dad would bring me to church. And I felt like I was a strong Christian all my life. Like, I never had problems believing in God until the very beginning of summer. I just was tired of doing the same thing and not really feeling results and just not feeling like God was hearing from me. And I started out just saying, God might not be real, so why shouldn't I do this? What if I'm wrong? Then I'll just be missing out on the fun. It had gotten so bad that my friends started noticing, and when they asked me what was wrong with me, and I just told them straight up, I said, I don't believe in God anymore, and I'm not happy. I started turning to the world to give me temporary happiness, and I just started doing stuff I shouldn't have been doing, just hanging out with the wrong people. I was happy for a time doing the world thing, but after that, after the partying stopped and after hanging out with my friends was over and I was alone, I was just in a deep depression. I had nothing to live for. Like, I was just so sad. I couldn't live with myself. At one point, my depression just got so bad and I felt like I had nothing to live for. I pushed all my friends away. I didn't really have anybody to turn to, and I just didn't want to live anymore. I only really started to seek God again after I just hit rock bottom and had no place other to go because I had few friends. What I was doing was just interfering with every area of my life. I lost all my old close friends. It was interfering with football, my family relationships, and my happiness. I just wasn't ever happy. And so that's when I decided that I was going to open up to God again. I went to go listen to some Lecrae, because Lecrae is always good. And I played this song that I never listened to called New Reality. And it just perfectly described my situation in every way. It described my friends, interfering with football, everything. Like, it was ridiculous. And after I heard that, I knew that God was actually pursuing me. At the beginning of the song, it says, hey you, yeah you, the one that's listening. It's God using me to try to get your attention. At that point, I realized that God really was trying to get my attention. So I finally opened up to God. I went to internship and I actually listened and paid attention. And God did reveal himself to me. By the time camp came along, I wanted God to move in me, but I just wasn't taking the necessary steps for God to move in me. So I think it was the first night of worship. Everybody was worshiping and I was just looking around and I was just not feeling anything. And I was sort of pouting to God. I was like, God, why aren't you letting me be in your presence like this? Why can't I feel you like everybody else feels you? Why am I the only one in here that's not raising their hands and singing and all happy? And Josh came up and said, you might just be standing there not worshiping, and you just feel like everybody's having this great time of worship, and God's just excluding you. But I want to tell you that God's about to do something great, and just accept it. So after Josh said that, he sat down, and Mr. Jesse came up to preach. And his message was about being complacent and just not being as bad as you used to be, but not striving to be like Jesus. So after I heard that message, I knew that that one was for me. Just question why you're having faith issues. Is it because you're actually having trouble believing in God, or is it because you're excluding God out of your life so that you can do what you want? Because I know when I was going through faith issues, it wasn't totally because I couldn't head knowledge God. It was because I wanted to hang out with my other friends and I wanted to do my own thing. And now I just feel happier than I've ever been. My faith is stronger than it's ever been, because now that it's been through the fire, I feel like it's sturdy and it's been tested. And God's taken me back with open arms, because I pushed myself away from him. But as soon as I wanted to come back, he accepted me. And anybody having faith issues, you can go back to God at any time. God doesn't put up walls, we put walls up. And talk to somebody that you respect as a Christian. Without wise counsel from your leaders, it's pretty hard to change. And if you ever feel like nobody in the church loves you, I promise you that people in this church love you.